How has your relationship with skating changed over time? Like physically, culturally, emotionally, etc.
Being like a child skating where that's like, first of all, your body can handle any amount of abuse you throw at it.
Right.
It's like you can skate an 8-star all day. That to now, obviously, huge difference. Being an adult with, you know, real responsibilities, physical limitations to like what you can do. I mean, I can still skate for like 2-3 hours straight and function the next day.
Yeah.
But if I was to, you know, skate an 8-stair for 8 hours, like when I was a kid, it'd be like having the worst hangover of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, your week is like gone. Yeah.
Just like schedule the next 3 days to just like, I don't know, borderline be in a coma.
Well, plus like the recovery from injury too takes so much longer as you get older. Because you know, you can roll your ankle when you're a kid and it's like you're kind of good within like 2 to 3 days, but you roll your ankle now and if it's bad enough, you can be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I look at that as like, I don't know if the recovery was ever actually any better. I think you were just willing to go skate still.
Sure.
You know, there was a whole summer, literally 3 months, where I had a sprained ankle and I had an ace bandage wrapped around it. I like won a contest one time and in my run the bandage was just flapping. And I didn't even realize it'd be like going out of the bathroom and toilet paper stuck to your foot. I did a run
Yeah.
like that where just like
That's pretty
I'm
sick.
fucking unraveling like the mummy. So
Yeah, I mean, when you're a teenager, you're more resilient for sure. Your ability to bounce back and just withstand whatever is, yeah, it's higher.
and again, I think you're like also willing to still skate even if you're just in shambles. I'm pretty sure we're all barely hanging on even now.
I'm not even hanging on. I'm not even in the fucking plane. I'm like waving everyone goodbye.
Dan's perpetually injured.
The last 1 year, I skated a total of 4 months.
I feel like I'm in pain every day still.
Yeah.
I think it's worse to take days off because then it's like when you skate the next time, it hurts twice as bad. I feel like. So if you're just always in perpetual pain.
And I didn't even 180.
That was so sick.
All right, one more for the 180.
Dude, but when I take a week off of like all the shit that I do, if I don't lift, skate, or do jujitsu for a week, dude, by the end of that week, I'm invincible. I feel fully recovered, like I'm ready to go. But I will say,
Window, though.
there is.
Too long, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's
A week is all I take.
Yeah, 10 days, because I take 3 days off, I lose all my tricks. 10 days off, my mind resets, and I feel like I broke a lot of bad habits. I have energy. 15 days off, and everything's gone.
Yeah.
Not only my bad habits, but my good habits, too.
What are you guys doing?
Notice made an ollie flip this way, and then switch hands made a fake flip back.
But you got to see who does it first. You're battling?
Yeah, you gotta do it back to back. It's gotta be a line.
Oh shit. There is a sweet spot because you don't want to take off too long to lose like your endurance and cardio. Because that's like the most important thing with skating, you know?
I think that's the biggest thing. I think
Yeah.
just skating less, taking time off.
Mhm.
And I think that's the biggest thing that's changed from being a kid. Mentioning what you said earlier is like, the older you get, you just can't skate as long. It's kind of a big difference too is like, I'll go to a skate park and land 100 times more tricks in 2 hours than I did skating 8 hours as a kid.
Mhm.
But it's like, it's because I spent 8 hours
Doing
as
it.
a kid.
Yeah,
Kind
for
of
sure.
building
The scale's in your favor, for sure.
Yeah.
You get a lot more done in less time. I feel the same way. Like, I used to take like 6-hour skate days, and I would learn like 2 tricks. Now I'll already have like laid out in my head not only what tricks I want to do, but I'll be like, okay, here's where my body weight needs to be. And then when I get there, I'm not at square one. I'm like a couple steps already in, and then you learn like 10 tricks in a day.
That brings me to another topic. I think skating has changed a lot in that way about how we kind of approach it from a more athletic mindset nowadays, as opposed to back then. You know, it was kind of just Hail Mary, try something until it works. It's very DIY, but now like even like the coolest of the cool core niche skater, I feel like people train.
I mean, to a degree, I think a lot of it was lack of understanding in the past. So we were just throwing tries at tricks until one of them worked. And after seeing enough things get done perfectly, because if you think of like the first time you saw certain hand route tricks get done, it was crazy. Now it's so exact. And I see someone do a back over crook on a ledge and the way their body's positioned in the holder for a long time, I know exactly where my body needs to go. Whereas
Yeah.
you picture Trainwreck back over crooking an 8-stair rail, he basically shifted the rail and let his truck tap it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, I think skating's gotten to the point where we have a better understanding. Crosslock's a great example. We now know it's easier to balance longer crosslock. It just has more friction.
Crosslock is such a cheat code. Where do you think the future of skating is going physically, like skill-wise, culturally, and what's life like after skating? Personally for you and culturally. Like maybe far into the future when skating is a thing of the past.
It's funny because it always goes in like waves and trends and shit. And it seems like right now, people are stoked on like ride-on grinds and like kind of lower impact, more aesthetically cool looking skating, which I love to see. It's not really like something I'm super good at, but like who doesn't like watching cool skating? Like honestly, I'd probably rather watch that than like big handrails. Maybe for a while, just because I've seen the big handrail thing for so long.
Yeah.
It's like skating could use it, but it'll probably go back to that.
I mean,
For
I
sure.
think that skateboarding's at a point now where people want to watch tricks that look like they feel cool,
Right.
whereas before we used to like tricks that looked like they were scary.
And stunts. We wanted stunts.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, oh, that ride-on grind, like sitting on something like that, looks like it felt awesome.
Yeah.
Whereas like a handrail, to me, a lot of times doesn't look like it feels that cool. It feels like, I did it.
And like still, obviously people do both. You
Yeah.
know? All three of us have all done both.
Yeah.
We've had phases where we, I've seen fucking nollie nose grind handrails.
Yeah.
We've been there, but it's like, for me personally, I just want to see like cool stuff. I
Yeah.
don't care what it is. So as far as where it's going, it's kind of splitting. There's the Olympic skaters doing fucked up tricks on command, urban dudes doing cool ride-on grinds. Where's my skating going? Probably in that direction as well.
Yeah.
Like the more like,
The older you get, the more low maintenance you need. Yeah.
I'm not skating handrails as much as I did.
Yeah.
Or life after skating. That's actually pretty interesting because I think like I'm probably in the group of like the first wave of skaters who spent years hooking, filming VX parts, like skating stairs, because I would say the generation before me that are in like their 40s and 50s now, or maybe they were kind of the first to do it, but like what's going to happen to their bodies? Because
Dude,
like
you just made me think of something completely off topic, but your skating and like the type of skating that you did, you're kind of the lost generation of where the generation right before you, where their careers ended, is the peak of hucking, and you modeled your skating after what that was, and you're hucking, but it's shifting into the generation.
Oh my God, the silent generation.
He is the silent, the handle
Yeah.
generation.
Holy
the
shit.
2013 skaters are screwed.
Yeah.
that's really, I'm like,
I mean, that was me too. I modeled my skating after
and
that.
I think about that, like if you watch my first couple of VX parts, a lot of big gaps.
Yeah.
And it was very on
Yeah.
par with what was going on. It just didn't get seen by enough eyes. Because I knew about him, Kansas, that one red rail, whatever it was, that you brutally destroyed. I heard.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It.
Because I think you did
Yeah.
like 3-shot lip, or you did a bunch of random tricks that I hadn't seen on handrails yet. I was like, so this is the next big dude. And then you got on blind, but it literally was. You were going in the direction of like, this is the kind of skating that everyone's doing, and then all of a sudden skating's eyes shifted elsewhere.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, and it's funny because mentioning the throw shit at the wall until it sticks. A lot of people might think I'm like consistent, and I am in my go-tos.
Yeah.
None of the tricks I've ever filmed in a part have been easy or quick.
Yeah.
I had to fucking throw myself at shit. So it's like, yeah, this generation physically might be brutal. I think the new generation hasn't, I'm not gonna say all of them, but it's like, physically, I don't think they're doing the same things compared to someone like Heath Pritchard.
Yeah, no.
Who are like stuntmen.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it's scary to think. Physically, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do after skating. It's funny because it's like, you said after a skate career, it's like, have I even really had a skate career?
I would say so, man,
Make a
for
living
sure.
off of skateboarding.
Yeah, you
I'd
make.
definitely say
Yeah, you make a living. So here's the thing: it's not conventional to us in the skating that we grew up in, but kids at skate parks still see you as like, oh, he does what he does and makes a living skating. Whether you have the pro title or not, we all know that your skill is professional level, but it's like. That title, I mean, I think so. Dan thinks so. That title is a different, whole different beast
I
now.
look at that as like,
I think that title got lost in the shift of where skating was going.
Yeah.
I think if skating kept going where it was, you would have been pro fucking 5 years ago. But because the eyes of skating has shifted from like being really good at skateboarding used to make you pro, and now it's like skating a certain way is what makes you pro. In a lot of ways.
there's still like pro skaters and shit.
100%.
Like the title isn't lost, but it's like, I just look at my skating personally and like, it's hard to call it a career. Even though like, yeah, I do make a living skating, but it's like,
It doesn't feel like that to you, dude, but I think if like maybe you put yourself in an outsider's shoes or like in a younger kid's shoes, they would look at your skating as a career.
no, I can
For
see
sure.
it, I can see it. Again, I'm just saying like from my point of view, it's like,
Yeah.
skating after my skate career, it's like more just like skating after I'm done skating.
Yeah.
So,
Do you ever think about like life literally after skating? Like, what if skating stopped? What if you like got over it? What would you do?
that's the thing, you know. I look at it like when I was a kid, I put all my eggs into skating
Same.
because one, I just fucking love skating. I still do, but also like I grew up in a pretty rough
Yeah.
way, and like,
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
I moved out here because like I didn't have anything to lose. What was I gonna,
Yeah.
it couldn't get worse. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like for me, it was just kind of wing it, and that's kind of always what it's been. But I don't know, dude. It's scary.
Yeah. Scary to think about,
It'd be
huh?
cool to work with Skate One. Like I've done stuff with them in the past.
No. Life after skating.
Well, I mean, like-
It's hard. Isn't it like a hard question to kind of
I
answer?
mean, like do stuff for them, like behind the scenes. Oh, you mean like skating's done?
Yeah, like, but it's a hard question to even like kind of answer or fathom, because it's like that's kind of the point in me asking. It's hard to fathom life after skating because this is our lives.
I could tell you what I would want to do.
Yeah. What is that?
Like, I don't know, fucking compete in video games professionally. Like,
Yeah. Nice.
what,
Hell
like
yeah.
realistically, like what would I do? I'm fucked. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
so fucked.
Zach has a YouTube channel. It's in the description below. Dude, thanks for chatting.
Of course.
It was good to get your insight on
Go
this.
there or don't.
Yeah. Make yourself happy. Go there.
Yeah.